This past year may have brought on unique challenges, but through it all, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion continues to support the recruitment, retention, and success of students, faculty, and staff who enhance the diversity of The Ohio State University. The Office of Diversity and Inclusion's programs and initiatives, such as the Young Scholars Program, Moral Scholarship Program, Access Collaborative, and many more, continue to provide assistance and a community for our scholars. It is due to your continued support that many of our scholars are able to have the resources they need to explore their dreams and persevere. From all of us in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, we want to say thank you and enjoy tonight's event.
Before we start today's event, we would like to acknowledge the land that The Ohio State University occupies is the ancestral and contemporary territory of the Shawnee, Potawatomi, Delaware, Miami, Peoria, Seneca, Wyandot, Ojibwe, and Cherokee peoples. Specifically, the university resides on land ceded in the 1795 Treaty of Granville, in the forced removal of tribes through the Indian Removal Act of 1830. We want to honor the resiliency of these tribal nations and recognize the historical context that has and continues to affect the indigenous peoples of this land. Good evening. Welcome to the 2021 ODI Scholarship Celebration. My name is Ryan Willis, and I am a senior student athlete studying engineering and business. During my time here at Ohio State, I've had the privilege of being both a Moral Scholar and a Bell National Resource Scholar. I've also had the secret opportunity of being Brutus Buckeye, so you've probably seen me a few places on campus. Tonight, I'm going to be your host. And while tonight's celebration might look different from years past, that's not going to change our appreciation for the donors and how they've impacted both myself and all the other students here at ODI. This evening, we will be joined by both the scholars and the donors from the comfort of their own homes. We will also have the opportunity to hear a handful of stories from both the scholars who have received the scholarships, as well as the people who have taken the time to invest in their future. We hope that these stories will both inspire you as well as show our appreciation. Now let's hear it from our speakers.
Hey everyone, my name is Layla Witter-Hinton and I'm the recipient of the Columbus Chapter Link Scholarship. I'm a third-year human nutrition major specializing in dietetics from Columbus, Ohio at The Ohio State University. Throughout my time on campus, I've had the awesome opportunity to volunteer as a STI test counselor, become a group fitness supervisor, and volunteer with the Sports Nutrition Club on campus helping out the athletic department. I'm also a part of LSAMP, an organization funded through ODI, which aids STEM majors like myself. I'm so grateful to receive this scholarship because it has helped me financially on my path for higher education. I know many people do not get the chance to go towards a college degree. That's why I'm so grateful that the Link Scholarship has given me the opportunity to help me reach my degree. Thank you so much to the women of the Links Incorporated Columbus chapter and ODI for this awesome opportunity to continue my path for higher education and make a change in my community. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Timothy Hinton and I am currently a third-year senior studying psychology at The Ohio State University, and I received the MLK Junior Scholars Award, and I also received the Corporate Connection Scholars Award through the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. These awards are really just priceless to me. They came at such great moments and times because, you know, sometimes you don't think your work is being noticed. You don't think that, you know, what you're doing is making an impact, and it's just a part of the process, right? So these rewards came and they brought back that inspiration. They reinvigorated that fire and that passion, that spark in me to keep going and keep pushing. So I really, truly, truly, truly appreciate these honors. And I know that in my future I will continue to serve and lead with purposeful mission and vision, and you know, try my best to continue empowering others around me to live a fulfilled and absolutely breathtaking life. So I just appreciate these honors, and I thank you all for giving me this platform to share. All right. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Brian Drury. I'm the co-chair of Nationwide's Corporate Connections Group. We have been delighted over the past 16 years to provide 69 scholarships totaling over $113,000. Being an ambassador to the Todd Bell Center has given me great insight into the dedication and commitment of the staff at the Todd Bell Center. Giving back to youth has been a core mission of my life, with my Bucking the Trend Scholarship Fund, as well as my commitment to making this a key element of our Corporate Connections Group. My mom and aunts, who all attended Ohio State, showed me the importance of education. On behalf of all the men at Corporate Connections, we want to encourage young men at Ohio State to continue to pursue their goals and passion in life. We support the great effort that the community is doing to remove the financial restrictions for these young men. Good luck and continue to uplift these great young men. Thank you.
Scholarship is very important because it, again, as I mentioned, has helped me with my education career. It kind of lifted partial for my financial barrier for my education, and it's also made it one step easier in achieving the ultimate goal of receiving my bachelor's of science in health science. And the scholarship also just shows and demonstrates that anything is possible, especially with transferring from Columbus State. This program and the scholarship has helped made this transition a lot easier and smoother. I feel like without this program, I probably would have been really lost, especially since I did start the semester when everything with COVID hit. So this program and the scholarship just really helped overall in general. So again, I just kind of want to thank you guys for providing the scholarship and making the transition to OSU a lot easier. And yeah, that's basically it. So bye guys.
Hello everybody, my name is John Jackson and I work at Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, and I have been privileged to serve as the co-chair for the scholarship committee for a group called Corporate Connections. Corporate Connections is a collective group predominantly of African American men that work at Nationwide. We began our relationship at Ohio State over 15 years ago in terms of scheduling various scholarships on behalf of young African American men on campus. Now, I have to admit, I'm a little biased because I am a graduate of the Ohio State University College of Law back in 1993. And so I'm very proud of what it is that we've done on campus and what it is we're doing on behalf of Nationwide Corporate Connections. We feel it's important to really give scholarship money for a very important reason. And that is, we recognize that each of one of us, as a general rule, have grown up in poverty, that we've needed to rely upon what we have described as the community to help us in our academic endeavors, that they've come through in a clutch for us as it related to giving money to us in forms of scholarships and just general contributions. And so we realize that at this stage in our lives, that we are now the community. And because we are the community, that it's time for us to do our part and have been doing our part to try to help the young men who are going through this stage in their lives just like we were. So we recognize the importance of us, just like on a good relay team, that somebody started the race, they've been handing off the baton, and now the baton has been handed to us. And our goal is to continue to run a good race. Our goal is to continue to fight the good fight and try to make sure as best as we can that those young men who have made a commitment to be better by being a part of the Todd Bell Resource Center, that we want to support you, and we want to continue to support Dr. James Moore and his leadership team and all those involved, because we recognize how important that work is. So on behalf of all the men of Corporate Connections, I just want to say continue to fight the good fight, and that we're here to support you in doing so.
Thank you all for those great remarks. After hearing their stories, I'm reflecting on mine and how my scholarship has impacted me. I remember still being a senior in high school and receiving the email saying that I was going to be a Moral Scholar recipient. I remember thinking that email just changed the next 4 years of my life. And not only that, but honestly the trajectory of my entire life. The support that I've received from ODI through the years has allowed me to focus on my future as well as seizing opportunities before me rather than dwindling and stressing out about financial costs and other stresses of college. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. Next, we have remarks from 3 more scholars, as well as the remarks of Jeff Little from our corporate partner, JP Chase, on the importance of supporting initiatives of diversity and inclusion, as well as the many other important things JP Chase does.
Hi, my name is Michael Hull. I'm a third-year junior majoring in marketing from New Orleans, Louisiana. The Corporate Connection Scholarship is important to me, and it means a lot to me because it means that people are invested in my future. It means that people have faith in me and they believe that I can grow and mature into a man that could bring about change in this world and be impactful in my community. The scholarship has helped me throughout my academic career because it's taken some stress off of having to really work and extra hours to gain a job to be able to pay for college. And it's helpful to get closer to the goal of graduating college debt-free because being an out-of-state student, it's a little bit more than an in-state student. So it's helped me to pay off some debts right now so that I have the possibility of graduating college debt-free.
Greetings, ODI scholars. My name is Jeff Little. I am part of the Columbus Management Leadership Team for JP Chase, and it is my privilege to also serve as the relationship manager between JP Chase and Ohio State. I'm also a proud alum of The Ohio State University. We have very exciting programs that we are doing together, our 2 institutions, starting with, and most importantly, a 5-year, $2.5 million commitment to ODI from JP Morgan to support the Young Scholars and the Moral Scholars programs, as well as all of the programs offered to all students who engage with ODI. We're completing our 2nd year of this program, which Jamie Dimon, our chairman and CEO, announced with Dr. Moore back in 2019. And we are very proud of this engagement. In addition to that, we are working with the Fisher College of Business on a program called Ascend, which focuses on supporting Black and Latinx-owned businesses and helping them to succeed through technical support like legal and accounting services, as well as coaching to leadership and ownership to help them to succeed. And thirdly, Ohio State is a key partner in a multi-partner program preparing K through 12 students for careers and jobs that are in high demand for the future. It's a career readiness initiative, also 5 years, $7 million investment. Ohio State is a partner among Columbus State, Columbus City Schools, the Ohio Department of Education, and a nonprofit called Ohio Excels. So a multi-partner program that we really hope put students on a path to the high demand careers of the future. JP Chase is all about engagement and giving back in our communities. I don't know if you've seen or heard about this book called The Conversation. It was just published in 2021. It's written by a noted Harvard professor, Robert Livingston. The subtitle of the book is How Seeking and Speaking the Truth About Racism Can Radically Transform Individuals and Organizations. And in the book, I'm very proud that he calls out JP Chase for our work in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'll read just a little piece of it. He says, "What I find truly remarkable about the Advancing Black Pathways program is that it doesn't treat racial equity as just an aspiration or a line on a mission statement or even a policy, but an entire ecosystem of initiatives that work together in concert with one another. Jamie Dimon has gone so far as to create a semi-autonomous, well-funded business unit within JP Chase to address issues that are important to the corporation. our work with ODI at Ohio State is part of this Advancing Black Pathways initiative. So I'm very proud to be working with the students and with the leadership at Ohio State to make the best of the Ohio State experience and to prepare you for careers of the future like at JP Morgan Chase. I hope you'll look at our internship programs and our full-time programs, and I hope someday we're colleagues. So thank you for this time and stay well.
Hello, my name is Olivier Alcantara Bonilla, and I'm a freshman majoring in mechanical engineering, and I'm also a proud recipient of the ODI Scholarship. I'm an independent student, so trying to find ways to put myself through college have been pretty difficult, but the ODI Scholarship has allowed me to progress further in my academic career at OSU. I was born at OSU, but I've moved around most of my life, so getting attached to something has always been pretty hard for me. But even after a semester at OSU, I've become very attached to wanting to become a Buckeye alumni, and I'm grateful that I have the ODI Scholarship to help me progress further in that goal. At the end of the day, it's not really about the paper we get after about 4 years of college. It's more about the experience and the learning that really happens during those 4 years. And I'm glad to be able to have that experience. I hope one day that I can give back and possibly create a scholarship like ODI and help give back. So thank you.
Receiving the retention scholarship was life-changing, and that's not a hyperbole. It did actually change my life for the better. Before receiving the scholarship, I was contemplating taking a semester off. I was constantly communicating with my parents, trying to figure out an alternative way to pay for college. Often I would wake up in the middle of the night, browsing, searching, actually hunting for scholarships. However, one day I received a loud notification on my phone. The notification read, a hold was removed from your account, and immediately I jumped screaming from joy. I was really happy, really excited. However, a moment later, as soon my adrenaline level went back to normal, I started questioning the news I just read, what I just read. I remember telling myself, it can't be true. It's probably a bug on the app. I contacted my father. I shared the news with him, but I quickly warned him. It could, for all I know, this could be a bug. However, it wasn't. Later on, I checked on the school website, and my financial aid summary stated TILGA and Minority Recruitment Scholarship. No matter how many times I refreshed the page, it was still there. And that was a breath of fresh air. Finally, I was able to focus on my school, on my education, without worrying about the financial aspect of it. Finally, I'm able to achieve my goal and my family dream. First generation college graduate. And I am extremely thankful for that opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for those great remarks. This evening you've heard from just a few of our many scholarship recipients, but there are so many more. At this time, we would like to acknowledge all of our 2021 scholarship recipients. Next, it is our honor to present the Ruth C. Bailey Award. Mr. Vincenzo Ferranti, a 1972 graduate, created this award in the name of an academic advisor, Ruth C. Bailey, who helped him, a foreign-born naturalized American citizen from Italy, earn his degree. This scholarship has two components. The first is to provide scholarships to students who demonstrate a financial need and are foreign-born naturalized American citizens who are also studying Italian culture. The second component is for the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, to recognize a faculty or staff member that has made a significant contribution towards multicultural interaction and understanding. And with that being said, this year's Ruth C. Bailey Award goes to Dr. Tanya Matthew.
Good evening. It is my honor and privilege to accept this award from the Ohio State University Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Thank you, Dr. James Moore, Dr. Jacqueline Michel-Amaya, and the rest of the ODI team for this award and for being the institutional torchbearers of inclusive excellence during these challenging times. I'd like to express my gratitude to Mr. Vincenzo Ferranti for the endowed gift he established in 2012 in honor of Ruth C. Bailey because she was an exceptional director of international student services. This award for multicultural engagement is particularly meaningful to me since I was an international student from India and Kuwait when I arrived to OSU 25 years ago to study pediatric dentistry. Growing up in places far away from my people group helped me understand the value of acceptance and belonging from a young age. Treating everyone with value and preciousness, however, became my personal mantra after the weekly benedictions at my first church in the U.S. In addition to international student ministry and social justice work in the nonprofit sector, unexpectedly, I found myself fighting for equity and justice for my own children as a single mother. Since I have no family in Ohio, a large and ethnically diverse group of friends became our chosen family, and they are the reason we made it thus far. Treating others with value and preciousness means that we will do everything we can to make sure that those who are disadvantaged will thrive and reach their full potential, not just survive. Many of us are walking, talking miracles who have overcome significant barriers and adversity. Our lived experiences as overcomers are assets for operational excellence. Inclusive excellence is a key driver of health equity, translational science, innovation, and human progress itself. In fact, inclusive excellence is a moral imperative. On the other hand, racism is immoral and inhumane, impeding the health, well-being, and full potential of Buckeyes of color. Remembering George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, we desperately need anti-racist agents of restorative justice to rebuild trust, undo generations of harm, and amplify Black excellence. All Buckeye students, faculty, and staff, irrespective of background, race, or culture, deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, value, and preciousness. Each of us can do our part. As one person, you may not change the world, but you can change the world for one person. And that matters. Speak out, reach out, lift up, sponsor, and dismantle structural inequalities and other barriers wherever you find them. All of us deserve a safer and more equitable world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews, and congratulations. As tonight's celebration comes to an end, I would just like to give a big thanks to all of our speakers. And again, a huge thanks to all of our supporters. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I can personally attest to that. And I want to thank you all for having me and letting me be your MC for tonight's event. It's been such an honor. To end tonight's program, we will have closing remarks from our Vice Provost of Diversity and Inclusion, Dr. James Moore.
Greetings. My name is James Moore, and I'm the Vice Provost and Chief Diversity Officer at The Ohio State University. I want to take some time to congratulate this year's group of scholarship recipients. You faced some special challenges this year, but you dug deep and rose to the occasion. And you are some of our best and brightest. And congratulations to our 2021 Ruth Bailey Award winner, Dr. Tanya Matthew. We're only able to do the work we do because of the deep and abiding commitment of our partners across the university enterprise. We especially like to thank our donors who joined us tonight, like JP Morgan Chase, Bucking the Trend, Corporate Connections, and many others. I hope you know that by sharing your time, talent, and treasure with us, you touch so many of our scholars in very meaningful ways. We can never thank you enough for being such important members of our extended ODI family. A shout out to our MC, Ryan Willis, for keeping things moving, but more importantly, for making us look good. Ryan, you are an exemplar of the kinds of students benefiting from these scholarships. Despite the obstacles in our path that kept us apart this year, we still ran the marathon at a sprinter's pace. Our students continue to shine with graduating senior moral scholar Christina Allen receiving the President's Prize, Ohio State's highest honor for students committed to social change and social justice. Meanwhile, the current student body, Roya Hagazi, and Vice President Caleb Hyman, represented ODI as well as they push for changes benefiting their fellow students. This year, we engaged with alumni and the community in new ways through our Right for Change dialogue series with the Ohio State Alumni Association. We sponsored campus-wide meetings of the minds over the big issues confronting our democracy through our new initiative, Education for Citizenship. We brought national thought leaders to campus virtually this year, including Reverend Dr. William J. Barber II, or the Poor People's Campaign, and renowned civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump. And next week, we'll hear from another highly acclaimed scholar, Dr. Robin DiAngelo, who's the author of the bestseller, White Fragility. If you're interested in attending that event, I encourage you to go to our website. In closing, thanks again for joining us in celebrating this evening. And now I ask you to join us in singing of Carmen, Ohio. Take care and good night.